Hey guys, Chris again. I am playing the trial version of my game. You're unable to join multiplayer because this is a trial. And it'll show off a couple of tips and just little things to help someone get started with the game. I'm not sure if I need to add more about the inventory system because it is complicated and I don't really tell you that much. But it goes something like this. And I assume that most people who are watching these videos, they're just going to buy the game outright, which is awesome. Don't get me wrong, that's awesome. So I thought I'd show the tutorial just to help anybody out when they do play. Because if you buy the game straight up, you don't get a tutorial. Oh, I probably should have waited a second there, but it tells you to push X. You know, the R1 and R2 buttons do use your rings for you if you don't want to use X and B, if you don't want to take your hands off the triggers. So I just hit X to blast off, and I go get the item. That says, fancy footwork needed to get up here. I had my little sister playing this game. The poor thing was really trying, but really struggling at the same time. And she kept getting better each time she played. But the first time she tried it, she triggered all the help hints at once. So she got low on health and she was jumping into that area where I just was, and all these helpful tips appeared at the wrong time. It was really funny, which can definitely happen. I think the vast majority of people will, have played a lot of video games that play this, so they won't need necessarily as much help as she did. She never plays video games, but she was really good after a while. It was really funny to watch. She got the whole running in a different direction than the way you were shooting, and she got the aiming on angles and stuff. I was really impressed. So that just tells me that the game can be picked up really quickly by people. Then when you go here, it says, hey, have you looked at your inventory yet? With the Y button. And that's really all I say about the inventory, and I also tell people how to delete stuff. It is not as easy as I thought it was. There are some people who have played this and been asking questions about the inventory, so I'm not really sure how to do a tutorial on the inventory. I may do something where you get a certain item guaranteed, and when you pick it up, I walk you through step by step, comparing it to what you have on, maybe guaranteeing an epic so that you get a bonus stat and stuff. So I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do it. And of course, I warned the people playing the trial, there's a big enemy ahead, get ready to run left and shoot right. So when you end up over here, you can go backwards. Of course, I'm doing 2 damage, actually 3 damage. He has an armor, but now it says you can push X to delete items in your inventory. So I assume most people who buy this will have some experience working with inventories in other games. And so they'll be asking, how do I do this versus what does this mean? It's a totally different question. If you've never deleted items out of an inventory, that's much more difficult than you saying, hey, how do I get rid of these? Completely different game. But that's pretty much as far as the trials thing goes. It'll also tell you to use your healing ring if you get beat up. It says your character's hurt, use B to heal yourself, assuming you haven't used or moved the ring. I'll heal myself real quick. I actually don't have a lot of life because I'm using that bloody chest piece, the blood print that gives you damage, but it only gives you 1 health. But yeah, people were saying that played this who had never seen it before. And of course, they're family and friends, so they are not as critical. But my one friend who played it, who has been very honest with me about how bad my games are. He was like, I enjoyed this. I would play this. He was searching every corner of the room, trying to find everything. He got to the first boss, and he died with the boss having 3 health left. And he's like, I must do that again. I must figure that out. He had some cool suggestions. He said I should probably have the character speed up as it runs so that you don't get any kind of monotonous running where you're running over the same areas over and over again. But my thing is, I kind of want the player to experience the grind in some ways, like where you're grinding through enemies and enjoying picking up new items, because that is pretty fun. And I don't want everybody just sprinting through levels just to get to the boss. I kind of want them to also experience, you know, getting 30, 40 items on the way there and sifting through them and looking for some cool stuff. And I think I just got something, actually. I wasn't really paying attention. There you go, 8% Magic Find on my rifle that I just got. My trial should be ending soon. It only lasts 8 minutes. I'll see how far I get. If you guys have anything you want in this game, you really should let me know, because I have until, I think Friday is the next date I can schedule it for release, and I am definitely going to schedule it ASAP, because there's been a lot of hype about this game. XBlig was generous enough to do like a feature on it, partly because like no games were on the servers for a while, but that alone has garnered a lot of attention, and I think the videos I made playing really just struck home with a lot of people, and they're interested. And there's people who have said like, this is the first game you've made I'm gonna buy, and which I think is awesome. But I really want this to be out while it's fresh on everybody's minds. I don't want to wait another week, so I'm definitely gonna make sure it passes. And I have thoroughly tested the multiplayer, so I really hope that there are no unforeseen issues with that, because the multiplayer in this is fun as hell. And the PvP is intense. Like, we were playing 3-player, and I mentioned it before. I didn't share it because we were cursing too much, and I don't want that on my channel. But it was really funny. And people would stand over each other's bodies, and oh, now the camera's kind of funky, so that doesn't look as good. But they would do this. I'm in the corner now, so the camera's not moving. They would do that over someone after they killed them. It was so funny. But yeah, the PvP is really intense. And I can't wait to see people like PvE together, you know, to get good gear, and then all of a sudden, you know, turn on each other and have some PvP going. Now, you can't just turn on each other in PvE. Like, I couldn't be playing with someone right now and turn on them, but you could all go into a PvP match afterwards and just beat each other up for an hour, you know, and you get experience for doing that. So you have every incentive to PvP. You get 15 experience a kill. So it's basically free experience. You can just run around killing your friends, and then you go into a PvE world like this one, and you go get really good gear because you have such a better chance of finding stuff. Now, Magic Find only affects the type of items you get. It doesn't increase the total items you get. So you got your 10% chance per kill of getting an item, and that never changes. But the Magic Find affects what kind of item drops. So the trial's got to be ending here like any second. There we go. Okay. So now if you were to say, yes, I unlocked the game, a message will pop up warning you, hey, you know, thanks for buying, but nothing you're doing right now is going to be saved. So that's why I'm showing you this video. I don't want you guys to do the trial and then be like, oh crap, now I just wasted 8 minutes of my life. Now you know what's in the trial. You know, if you do end up buying it right out, straight up, you can skip that and just watch this video. Because I'm probably going to get farther than any of you will in the trial. But yeah, if you do get the trial just to like see if you like the mechanics and stuff, as soon as you make the decision that you do or don't like it, just get the game or don't, because you're wasting your time. Nothing you do is being saved. Your experience is not being tracked. And that's because when you're not signed in a normal game, like when you're in a trial mode, I can't save anything you do. So it's rather than trying to figure out a way to code all that, you know, checking for when you switch out and suddenly asking you to sign in again, I decided, no, screw that. I'll just have you quit and start a new game. So I apologize for that, but you're really not going to get that far in 8 minutes anyway. Ooh, crit chance. I'll take it. Then again, you could find amazing items like this and be screwed. Come on, give me a crit. What's it going to be? Oh, 5 damage. Nice. Very nice. There's a lifesteal too. There were some bugs in this game that, excuse me, if you guys hadn't told me to, you know, cancel, I wouldn't have taken the time to find. Not that I don't want to find them, it's just that they popped up randomly in testing. Like, your lifesteal didn't work in PvP, so I had to fix that. And the boss of the game, when you played in multiplayer, when you got him to half health, instead of him switching to his second mode, if you were playing in multiplayer, he would actually just die. I was like, oh god, so I had to fix that. That would have gone completely overlooked, and it would have been a week before that got fixed. So I'm sure all of you wouldn't have used that to your advantage, right? You wouldn't have cheated and killed the boss with a friend just by being there, right? Yeah. So that got fixed. And there were some other minor things that wouldn't have broken the game that much, but it was just nice to fix. I also fixed Hurley Rifle. You know, that's named after the guy from the X-Blake. It now is named correctly, and his name is spelled right, so he doesn't have to worry about someone else having his name. Oh my god, I'm getting amazing items. Holy crap. Wow. Is that another crit? Is that what that was? So I have 15% crit. I want to see how much damage I do to this boss. So 3 damage, even though he's got so much armor. Oh, I'm in trouble. Oh boy. Oh boy. That was close. Take that. So I'll kill this guy real quick and then I'll end the video. Nice, I'm getting little +3s. Oh, that's something I can ask you guys. Do you think it should say -2, or should the numbers just show up in red and not have a minus sign? Because, I mean, you got green for life, red for loss. Do I really need that plus or minus symbol? You know, is it just clutter? So that's something you can tell me. Die! Epic item added. What do I get? Oh my god, and more crit chance! Holy crap! What? 22%? Oh my god. That's nuts. I've never actually gotten that high with crit. Wow. 22% chance of critting for 22% damage. That's insane. Well, I'm really sad I'm on trial mode right now. Good luck and have fun, guys.